Tyrian businesses.
1.
The waist of a lion, for a man to move properly, and for a woman who should move lazily, the weight of breasts. This is the exercise for this morning. 2.
How to dance sitting down. 3.
For the one so far back she craves to be scalped and dragged over the ground. Because nobody has dragged her, she has everybody do it. She does it. She wants clean sheets each night, as that international doll, has to have silk she's put up. Why is it she's put up with in the White House? 4.
Or there are those sing ditties, that dead reason, the personality, the will of, like a seal of a mealy justice, the body a shell, the mind also an apparatus. There are so many children who want to go back, who want to lie down in Tiamat. They sing Euphoria. 5.
You can tell them this. The land spouts put all the diapers up in the trees. What musicians call the middle voice, to command it, is to be in business.
There may be no more names than there are objects. There can be no more verbs than there are actions.
It is still morning.
2.
A hollow muscular organ which, by contracting vigorously, keeps up the...
To have the heart.
A whirl of green brass at the base.
Flame.
She is known as...
Weather.
Comes generally.
Under the metaphrase.
When M is above G, all's well. When below, there's upset. When M and G are coincident, it's not very interesting.
1.
Pelte.
Is my nose twist, my beloved, my trophy. Tropical American, diffuse and climbing pungent, with lobed or dissected, and showy, e.g. so variously colored, a garden species. The 2. Totipalmate is the talk, and so vain it plucks its tail to free the handsome green eye from redundant feathers, which then it switches to admire itself, as any Egyptian lady must have looked fixing herself by polished stone.
The farmer whose nephew we knew
Was so exasperated he used to heave anything at the bird, swearing if his face got reflected in that burnished tail, he'd die, right then and there.
3.
The seedling of morning, to move, the problems after the night's presences, the first hours of...
He had noticed the cotton picks easiest.
As my flower, after rain, wears such diadem.
As a man is a necklace, strung of his own teeth, the carries of 'em.
He said, notice the whiteness, not the odor, of dead night.
Letter 9. I had to clobber him.
Hold his hand, though I can't see he deserves forgiveness. There are these necessities, are bigger than we are, whom we hated, that he had to go and get himself caught in a wringer.
1.
The flowering plum out the front door window sends whiteness inside my house.
As the news that the almond was in bloom, Majorca accompanied the news that that book was in print, which I wish might stop the workings of my city, for so much of it was read.
As in another spring, I learned the world does not stop for flowers.
2.
It puts a man back to find out how much he is busy this way, not as his fellows are, but as flowering trees turn several greens, as many greens as there are grays of their several trunks.
It was the reds of buds sent me this spring, lighting up the valleys.
As now the fruits do, and these pages have come in. The white so right, the print is brown.
I, dazzled.
As one is, until one discovers there is no other issue than the moment of
The pleasure of
This plum.
these things which don't carry their end any further than their reality in themselves.
3.
It's the condition in men. We know what spring is. Brings such self-things about which interest me as I loll today where I used to, atop Bond's Hill.
with both the inner and the outer harbor, the Atlantic, back of the back shore, the Inisquam and her marshes, Ipswich Bay, all out before me in one view.
And all such colors as spring is, plus the colors men's buildings are, the differences his whitenesses are, the tidinesses he uses greens for, the bricks he lights his city up with. As of myself, I'd pose it, today, as Alfred at Ashdown, a wild boar,
Aprino more, Asser says.
versus my own wrists and all my joints, versus speech's connectives, versus the tasks I obey to, not to a nation's, or at all to history, or to building.
Flowers, like I say.
And I feel that way, that the likeness is to nature's, not to these tempestuous events.
That those self-acts which have no end no more than their own, are more as plums, than they are as Alfred's, who so advance men's affairs.
Who threw Guthrum back, even when he held Gloucester, and he himself was holed up in the Athelney swamp.